Welcome back. It is Zach with Triple Z Outdoors, and we're staying in our about half-acre clover food plot, and just got it mowed. We sprayed it 2-3 weeks ago with glyphosate, clover, and there's some alfalfa in here. It looks really good. But what I want to go over today is the debate between mowing and spraying, and there's a variety of opinions out there, and this is just my opinion, but to each their own of what you're capable of doing. Right now you see that we have the zero turn out here, and this was perfect for this little half-acre food plot, and we actually expanded another half acre, so then this fall we can plant some more, and then we'll have a full acre of clover. But there's a plot that I have that I frost seeded this spring. It's coming up pretty good. I threw in some crimson clover, got some rain, and then I actually weed eated it. I used a weed eater because it wasn't that big. I couldn't really get a mower in there, and I also didn't want to spray it because of how young it was. So I just took a weed eater, kept it 8 to 12 inches, trimmed off the tops, and it looks great. I also have another plot that I planted last fall, and clover really didn't come up, but the chicory came up great. And I don't really want to spray that. I don't have a selective herbicide like clethodim, and I didn't want to kill off that chicory. So just went in, just put in some crimson clover too to up the clover count. But I just took zero turn, mowed that down. So that's looking good. And actually on a plot early this spring, we had rye coming in, and it was too wet to get a zero turn in there, but it wasn't, too big for a tractor. And I actually went in there with my push mower and pushed, 4 or 5 foot tall rye with a push mower, and man, did it suck, but I got it done. It's what I was able to do. On this plot, I've actually done both. I planted this last fall. It's coming up pretty good. It's spotty in a couple areas that I got to fill in this fall, but it's really hardy. Clover is really hardy. And I came in here a couple weeks ago, probably 3 weeks ago, with glyphosate because that's all I had. I've done some research, and I figured might as well try it. And I came in, had 10 gallons, went a ½ ounce per gallon, and it killed a lot of the broadleaves. The grass that's been here, this is just an old pasture, that stuff's pretty hardy too, and that really didn't phase that at all. But I got most of the broadleaves, so if I was going to do that again, I'd probably jump it up to maybe 3/4 of an ounce to the gallon and try it. But I think right now I just mowed this. We'll see how it comes up. But one thing also you can do besides mowing is you can get a grass specific herbicide like clethodim or a broadleaf killer that won't kill your clover, like 2,4-DB or Buterac 200 I've seen, and that'll kill all the broadleaves, but it won't kill the clover. I think it might kill the chicory if you have chicory in your plot, but that's a great way to keep the weeds and grasses at bay, so you could have a nice lush clover food plot. There's also people that I've seen that they'll mow their clover, every 2 to 3 weeks. It's just like your yard. If you keep mowing and mowing and mowing at a certain height, that plant's going to learn that, hey, we can't grow vertically anymore. Let's grow horizontally. Put all of our efforts into growing horizontally and spread. And I've seen some good results with that. Honestly, in my opinion, I do a little bit of both. I kind of just let the situation tell me what I need to do. I sprayed. We had some really bad weeds in here, and I sprayed a couple weeks ago, and everything was looking good. It just needed to mow today, so I mowed it. And the main thing you want to do when either you're spraying or you're mowing is you want to make sure, especially in the middle of summer, we're beginning of the July, actually the 4th of July was yesterday, you really want to make sure that you have rain or cool weather around it. You really don't want to stress out your clover by spraying or by mowing. So if you can get, right before a rain or right after a rain, that clover is nice, has good liquid, nice and strong, your clover will do fine. But you don't want to spray or mow in a dry spell, and it really puts a stress on your clover and it might not come out of it. So if you have 90-degree weather and no rain in the forecast, I would hold off and just wait until a later date to mow or spray. But I'll mow this one more time this fall, right before the season, and I think I'm going to hit it with clefidin just to try to get rid of these stubborn pasture grasses, to get them to die off. Other than that, clover would come up real nice. So in my opinion, I think you can't go wrong either way. I mean, if what you can do to maintain your plots, don't let somebody else influence you, telling you have to do it a certain way, because sometimes, life happens. You can't do everything the way you'd like it, and things don't go the way you'd like it. But as long as you're doing your best, I'm just doing this for fun. I love planting food plots. I've done it for a couple years now, and I've really enjoyed it. I think I have more fun when deer come in or feeding on your plots more than anything. I'll sit there and watch deer for, the entire night, not even think about shooting. So I just enjoy it. It's just a nice little hobby and something to help increase the chances of harvesting some meat for the freezer. But I think either way, you can't go wrong. If you can afford the chemicals and that best suits you, do that. If you're not a chemicals person, you got a mower and you just want to mow it, mow it. I've mowed with a weed whacker. I've mowed with a push mower. It's really, you could probably do it. It's one of those sickle chop things. I don't know. It's just whatever your heart desires. This plot early this spring, you know, I mowed this whole thing with, a farm tractor and a bush hog, and that was wonderful. That was my first time ever being able to use that, and that helped so much. But it's something I don't get to use very often. So, I'm okay with using whatever I can and whatever works, and I'm not gonna fuss too much. I'm still out in God's creation, still loving life, and still alive. So, do whatever you can. I don't have an opinion either way. I'm not going to tell you which way. I think whatever works best for you, definitely make sure to just do your best and see what works. A lot of this is trial and error. There's a lot of great YouTube channels out there that know what they're doing. They have things looking great. I watch Jeff Sturgis all the time. I watch, John Comp with Northwoods Whitetail. There's a lot of great people out there, and hopefully people aren't going to lie to you, and hopefully people are being honest, and you can see by what they got, they definitely know what they're doing, so you could listen to that. But a lot of it's trial and error. Everybody has different soil, everybody has different pH levels. It's just what works for you. And I want to get a nice big clover plot established just to get the deer on a routine of using this plot. We'll have it split, an acre of clover and a little over an acre of brassicas this year, and I'm very excited. I'll make an elevated ground blind again and bring that down. I think we'll have a great year this year. Definitely excited. We'll get the cameras out, get out of here, let it be, and we'll be back shortly in a couple weeks to plant food plots and get water hole in, scrape branches, or getting scrape post in. So there's a lot of work. July is a very busy month. But hey, a couple more months and opening days here in Nebraska. It's September 1st, so it's fast approaching, and I'm super excited. I can't believe it's coming so fast. So thanks for watching. Hope you found something useful out of it. Subscribe if you want. If you don't, I don't care. I think it's fun to record this stuff and just a hobby. So yeah, you guys all have a good day. Thanks for watching.